Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Like I said in my previous video that I would actually show you how Without a Crystal Ball, aka Katie Joy, was not very well liked by people involved in, also those that worked on Dancing with the Devil Netflix docuseries. And it will be validated by two people how Without a Crystal Ball, aka Katie Joy, did make money from this docuseries, how she profited off the pain and suffering of ex-members and members that are still in there. Before I go any further, it was so painful yesterday to sit back and watch and read all Katie Joy's posts after Miranda came out with a video explaining how she's feeling unsafe. And as I said, sit back and watch Katie Joy discredit her feelings of feeling unsafe and being sent death threats. And also TMZ put out an article in regard to charges that the ladies filed against Robertson were dropped. It was so painful to watch and just disregarding the victims themselves. Anyway, that video will be out next. Let me say this before I start. I mean no disrespect to Twitch's family and friends. And I am trying to explain and show how insincere and disrespectful this content creator Katie Joy, aka Without a Crystal Ball, was and is now trying to walk back the damage that she caused and trying now to do damage control. She made this post as of recently. She says Twitch and Alison Hoker were not parts of 7M, but his passing was not connected to 7M at all. You guys can pause to read this posting of hers in its entirety, but at the end she says, I know that back in 2022, Twitch was trying to help his friends leave the group. He was a friend to them until the end. That is absolute BS. Because when Without a Crystal Ball started talking about this story and she got notice that Robertson has filed a lawsuit against her, she went on a social media platform and she was asking people to use their voice, use their platforms to speak up and about what was going on with 7M, including calling out Ellen DeGeneres and Twitch because they were promoting the dancers on the Ellen show. She went even harder on Twitch and accused Twitch of knowing more than he was letting on, and that he knew what the dancers were going through being involved in this management company, and he was being complicit to it. And she even stated that she sees how Alison is liking her posts and watching her lives, and that she knows what is going on.
I haven't said anything to say that this isn't true also tells me that you know that it's true. Because Matt Stefanina follows me, and Allison, Twitch's wife, is liking comments, so I know she's keeping up on what's happening. I've seen Allison in watching my videos. If Allison's been following along this whole time, she knows enough to say something, right? So does Twitch, so does Ellen, so does Matt. Ellen's put them on the channel, on her network so many times. All right, I have to go. And just use your platforms. Yeah, fiction, you can say something too. Just please use your platforms. Don't be like complicit to what's happening. Be courageous, be bold. I mean, the truth is the best defense, and I'm not worried about me, but I am worried about the dance community. So do what you need to do.
And then when Twitch passed away, this is a statement she put out. I'm just going to focus on the second part of her posting, and at the end, this is what she says. Our hearts go out to his family and the entire dance community that we know is grieving his loss today. Pay attention to this. She says, rest in peace, all uppercase, Stephen. Think about this, you guys. When somebody posts something like this, who puts peace in uppercases? This was her just being, excuse my French, a bitch. This is so disrespectful, messy, and totally unnecessary. She could have just put R.I.P. Stephen or rest in peace in just normal lower cases. But no, she was being totally messy. Once again, I do apologize to his friends, his family, if I offended you by bringing this up. The reason why people are questioning the involvement of late Twitch, in my opinion, it's because of Katie Joy and the live stream that she did and this heinous post that she made. And she put this in people's head. That's why she is trying to clarify today. She's trying to do damage control and she's trying to put things to rest. Moving on. When all those involved in the docuseries on Netflix were responding to messages on their social media, this was brought to my attention. This is Melanie Lee, Priscilla's sister from the docuseries. I enjoyed the documentary, but wish you and others would speak out against Without a Crystal Ball. She's done so many horrible things to so many people, myself included. I can't believe she was used for docuseries. She builds her platforms on bullying and harassment, in my opinion. To which Melanie Lee responded, I have very little interaction with her and was not a big fan of her either. Unfortunately, her involvement was beyond my pay grade. She has done more damage than good, in my opinion. I would love to know exactly what she meant by her involvement was beyond her pay grade. Let me give you a little bit of context. When Katie Joy first learned about the situation and she went digging into Robertson's past, and she came into contact with a woman that filed a lawsuit against Robertson in 2011. This woman allegedly handed over to Without a Crystal Ball her lawsuit that she filed against Robertson. Katie Joy got the information she needed, divulged that information on her social media platforms, and in regard to that lawsuit, apparently that lawsuit was sealed. Yet, as I said, Katie Joy took that information and spread it on her social media platforms. Got everybody hyped up, got everybody on the bandwagon of hating Robertson and alleging that he was doing the same thing to these dancers. And then she allegedly ghosted Lydia Chung. And recently they had an interaction on social media, and this is how it played out. But Without a Crystal Ball has since deleted her responses to Lydia Chung. The internet is forever. So Lydia, that goes by Mama Creature, she says, it's really sad how Melanie and Priscilla showed their faces as defender of justice. Melanie has been talking bad about me behind the scenes, so no one will support me in documentary. Haha. It is hilarious at this point to see how Melanie can be so blinded to achieve her vain dream of being in film industry. She is exactly a copy of Robert. I saw a lawsuit filed against Robert. Many things are lies under penalty of perjury. Robert, Hannah, Shirley, Melanie, and Priscilla are piling up their lies and sin. It will all go back to their lives. It is sad to see how many people make wrong choices. To where Feral Creature responds at Mama Creature heart emoji. Stop culting at Mama Creature. You signed with HBO. No one talked bad about you. Without a Crystal Ball at Mama Creature. Hi Lydia. I was there and even helped set up a meeting between Jessica and Tim with you. There were multiple discussions to bring you into the series. I recall that you signed with HBO. Even after HBO dropped the series, I recall that you didn't want to appear in the series. We would have loved to have your story shared along with many others. Mama Creature responds to Without a Crystal Ball. Katie Joy, stop being manipulative and fabricate the fact by making up things. You did not help me. I could have done through social media with my daughter Feral Creature to tell the story and getting the exposure if I wanted to make myself known. Also, I was already getting a lot of interest from producers. Calls were coming in so much in a way. I did not answer. It was not my intention to be in film like you and Melanie. I was disgusted about you and Melanie's wrong motive. You gather information of me and others, people's pain and suffering, and you put yourself as an advisory position in documentary. I met producer you were connected. Let me advise you that Lydia English is her second language. You were selling other people's pain and used that to bring you in position and getting paid. I was disgusted. You did not help anyone. You used it for yourself to gain exposure for you. There are much more you do not know. You truly do not understand the pain and suffering my family had to go through. The impossible battle I faced fighting from 2010 as a single minority woman. Fight against the category under religion. It was a choice between the life and death. I decided not to allow your people, you and Melanie, to sell my suffering and pain for your gain. Let me just start there. This brings me so much happiness to know that this woman figured Katie Joy, aka Without a Crystal Ball, out from the get-go. Unfortunately, Katie Joy had already gotten what she needed, but she still did not bend to Katie Joy to be part of this docuseries for Katie Joy, as she said, to use her pain and suffering for financial gain. And because it was not about telling the truth and justice, it was for you and your people's ambition and greed. I do not have to tell you and Melanie that everyone bears fruits of their motive and action. I will pray for you to change your heart and walk in the right way and do the right things in the earth. Make a right decision and live right. Be the light for others. Then she responds to, stop culting. You did Melanie for your gain and exposure. You talk bad about me behind my back. Melanie, the court lawsuit I started in 2020 was an instruction from the Lord. It was God that instructed me to bring the voice of justice. Although I knew it was almost impossible to win, but according to God's instructions, I did with everything I had. Again, with my life, tears, with broken heart, and the last penny I had. The case of justice and judgment is still in pending mode. It has not been completed. It is God who is in charge of. We will see the fruits of everyone's motives and actions, and I will know when this case is completed. So let it be. Stop Carlton responds to her and said, I show my face often and I'm clearly not Melanie. I'm sorry you have a problem with her. Then Without a Crystal Ball chimes in. Your pain and trauma is very valid. Not a single person in this cult deserves to be abused. My heart goes out to you. My hope is this series will motivate law enforcement to finally arrest Roberts. But Lydia responds and says, Without a Crystal Ball, thank you for changing the tone of your voice for audience. There are others who seek for true justice for years. I pray for you to align yourself to the right path. Once again, it brings me so much joy to know that Lydia figured Katie Joy out so quickly. She saved her peace, she saved her energy, and good for her. There are two other bloggers that also report on the situation, and from what I see, it seems as though they are not fond of Katie Joy either. And there are two reasons I say that. It's because they never tag her at all. And I saw Without a Crystal Ball use information that she got directly from one of the bloggers. Katie Joy made a video in regard to B-Dash demanding a docuseries of his own. That was totally wrong, and it also proves how she embellishes and sensationalizes and dramatizes stories. And then she mentioned that she got word from the director Derek, and he told her that they did reach out to B-Dash. But guess what? That information that she spoke about, she got directly from one of the bloggers called Stop Culting. You know what's crazy about this? One of the producers, Derek Doneen, told me that B-Dash and Isaiah both responded to him when he was reaching out. According to Derek, B-Dash said he had no interest in participating. Isaiah spoke to Derek for 10 minutes and texted back and forth a couple of times. He said that none of the others they reached out to responded, although Vic had read receipts on and ignored him. If you would like to actually follow this blogger who actually reports on and does a fantastic job at reporting on the situation, I will leave her tag or handle down in the description box. Feel free to go and follow her. As I said, she does a really good job on reporting on this and is very sensitive and sympathetic to the remaining victims, unlike Katie Joy. That is just my feelings. And she never, once again, she and this other blogger, I think it's, I don't want to get the name wrong, but she also They never ever tag without a crystal ball. Also, I want to put this out there again to prove how Katie Joy, aka Without a Crystal Ball, is totally insensitive towards victims. It's not about the victims, it's all about her being recognized, getting the fame, getting the attention, getting the recognition. This is just absolutely disgusting. What I'm going to show you is a correspondence that Katie Joy had with a person which she thought was Hannah Shin, Robert's wife. Even if she thought this was Hannah Shin, this is absolutely atrocious. Oh, Hannah, it must be so hard to be as evil as you are. So this person responds and says, did you miss me? Joy. Hannah, it's time to turn yourself into prison. Who just turns themselves into prison? Or maybe just drive your elderly husband to the police station and have him turn himself in for alleged RIPE. I hear that your assault of Priscilla will be discussed in the series. Did you feel good beating a woman? This is my house. These are my things. I'm the woman of God. Isn't that what you said as you battered Pri? She saw my Priscilla. Are you too busy forging checks and stealing money to answer? I heard that federal prison isn't Club Med. This is what made me mad. Is Miranda giving massages yet? What's it like to be an accomplice to RAPE and sex trafficking? Do you enjoy saying sucking on your mama's titties? I noticed you are 45 now. Aren't you getting kind of close to menopause and old for Robert's taste? No comment, I'm so sad. I guess you are reading your daily emails and cursing out women you control. Submit or else, right? What's it like knowing your husband is constantly cheating on you? Is it weird that you are the fourth woman of God? Do you have to get tested for STIs? Bear in mind, Katie Joy herself has admitted, a victim becomes a perpetrator. Do you ever get yeast infections because of all the sexual assaulting your husband is doing outside of marriage? My buddies say you love to argue, but now you are quiet. Are you tired from all your tongue speaking? If you don't want me reading this out to you, just pause it and read it for yourself. Acknowledge this, let this soak in. This is supposed to be somebody that is fighting for victims. Will it hurt your lawsuit when Robert is heard saying that he wants to be famous and says that he is famous? This person says, please stop. Katie Joy. Are you sad, Hannah? It's so unlike you not to argue. This person says, I'm not Hannah. Katie Joy. Yeah, okay, laughing emoji. I mean, it makes sense you would not want to answer questions admitting to crimes. Conrad posted that you are going to swindle all of Robert's money and leave him. He thinks you are evil. Conrad thinks his dad is probably a RAPIST. I mean, it makes sense. You would want to answer questions admitting to crimes. So this person says, are you drunk? My time zone isn't even in California. To which Without a Crystal Ball says, nope, totally sober. Are you drunk? Are you too busy rebuking people? You must be drunk because no one asked you about your time zone. To which this person says, have you been hacked? Katie Joy, have you been hacked? Let that soak in, people. That is so childish, so petty, and so unnecessary. This is somebody that's standing so tall and saying how these people need to be saved. She promised Miranda's family to bring her back home. Yet this is how she acts. This is how she presents herself. It is absolutely disgusting. I'm going to end this here, and then in my next video I'm going to go over the most recent post, as I said, that Miranda Derrick had done, saying that she feels unsafe and all the threatening messages her and her husband have been receiving, that she doesn't feel safe. So her constant promoting of this docuseries and all these posts that she's making actually proves why she is going so hard to promote this docuseries, because it's all about the money. You guys even saw, but she doesn't give a damn about these victims. It's all about her profiting off their pain and suffering. Do you believe Lydia when Lydia said how she spoke to producers and that she found out Katie Joy was being paid? And also, as Melanie Lee said, She was way above her pay grade. Thank you so much to all you guys that have taken time out of your day or night to watch this video. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another and don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.